Serum 2 is amazing, and today we are going to take a look best Serum 2 tricks that you should know of. This will be a fast-paced video. I will bombard you with the information, so take your coffee, sit down, and let's go. It is so cool. Let's take this simple sound with the best sawtooth in the game. If you don't know, in Serum we now have the buses, so we can send this sound into bus number 1 and put a big reverb there. Now, here is the clutch thing. You can actually add equalizer right after and take an envelope and put into the gain. Now, every single time when the plug hits, I can dot that exact area that plug is sounding. So, much cleaner breathing reverb. You can go as crazy as you want. Because the envelope 2 is also our cutoff, it will react how the filter opens, because sidechain is managed by the same envelope that manages the filter. Faster filter, faster ducking. Slower filter, slower ducking. How cool is that? I'm throwing a party in Stockholm 23rd of May in Slag Tuesday. Early bird tickets are out, so if you want to get the tickets for a really cheap price, check the link below. Serum 2 can use an oscillator as a modulator. What does that even mean? Take a sine wave, take a noise. If you right click here and pick the modulation source, oscillator A, now your sine wave is modulating the volume of your noise level. Why is this important? Then you can do this. And go to your matrix and decrease that. You can do your noise volume oscillating together with your sine wave to create this dirty style bases. Layer with the sub-sawtooth. Here we go. Isn't this super nice? If you have a sound like this, but you need a bit stereo, previously what we would do, go to unison, create this one. Now there's another option. If you go here and pick the both, and if you go to the blur option, it almost acts like a hyperdimension, but a bit blurry, almost I will say a bit more noisy. For this type of sounds, it works amazing. What you can do now is actually, you want especially maybe the tails to be a bit more stereo. So initial hit in the middle, tails on the side. What does that mean? You can take that envelope now. Isn't this really gorgeous? With that, do you see how much difference it makes? Especially for these simpler sounds, it works wonder. And you can actually pair it with the hyperdimension and open up a bit more. Look at this. And of course the delay on reverb. Straight into the ethereal land. If you think you will use some of these tricks, please consider like and subscribe so I can give you more videos like this. Another new feature that is very useful is smooth interpolation. What does that mean? Let's say we have different wavetables but they don't connect to each other. Or that connection is super sharp and creates fast change of sound and you want smoother. What you do, right click here, click on smooth interpolation. Not only for this type of very aggressive change of shapes, but you can even use it like the things like this to make everything even more smoother. Extremely useful. This is not specifically sound tip, but it's a huge time saver. And it is, you can now save your custom effects. What does that mean? I'm a sound designer. If you haven't tried my techno preset for Serum 2, you should. Because we have sounds like this. But that means that I have to create chains over and over again. For me, I dialed up bus processing. Like this is a dark convolution reverb. And I can send my oscillator there now. Dark, very aggressive sound. You can click this button, save your effects chain, and the next time you can just go here, pick it, and everything comes right in. Love it. This is another very cool feature. If you didn't know, there's a hidden button here. It's actually just resampling your last note. Here, I played that simple SSL. Right? It's here. Now the good thing about this is actually you can drop it inside your oscillator. That means if I turn off everything, I can have it on my spectre like this. Now I can do even crazier stuff. I can layer this. And then we can send this direct out, so bypass everything that we have on the effects chain. Here we go. And you can even add additional filters here. Let's say we don't want the low end. So you can get really creative with resampling inside the Serum now. We can do much more with the noise now because it can be a modulator. So you have this noise generators, not samples. So what that means actually, you can use them as a modulator, especially for example, making your filter much more unstable. Let's activate all those oscillators now. And you can go, let's say, cutoff modulated by our noise now. Go to matrix, decrease a bit more. We hear that it is noise moving up and down the filter so fast, it creates like crackle sound. So you can use like slightly get this really analog noisy filter sound, right? Play with the count. You see how the noise changes? It's so much fun to play this. Very usable if you're going for this lo-fi style sound. Let's take this bass sound. Super cool, coming from Verge again. And let's say I want to add effect, but I only want to process on the sides. Now that's really possible. I'm gonna go to my bus, and what you wanna do, you have different type of splitters, but the one that I love most is mid-side, which means that now I can take the sides here, and let's say add chorus, add reverb, distort a little bit maybe, and now I can send sound. And this will be only processing on the sides. You see this nice stereo effect, and you can just control it by your bus here. The other splitters are low, mids, and highs, and there's also simple low and high as well, but mid-side, cherry on top. Now this one is very niche, but if you use it right, it is so nice. We have very cool sound. The donk from the Verge is so great, right? When I play high notes, I want to add reverb, and the amount of reverb depends on how high the note is. We want to control the amount of delay added depending on either our velocity or not. Let me illustrate velocity so you can easily see it. This is why buses are so extremely useful. Here are my delay. Let's say if I play hard, I want the delay come in. If I don't, no delay. You can do like this. Take the velocity, put on the bass level. So if I play soft, there is no delay. If I play hard, there is a delay. Soft, no delay. Hard, delay. Super useful. But the other really super cool thing, actually, you can remove this now. And if you take the note, what means that the lower note you play, the delay is quieter. If you play higher note, delay is much louder. The higher you play, the stronger the delay gets. You see here, we go lower, it will go lower. More low. You can actually control this. Let's say I'm playing oftentimes in this range. Now it's like 0, and here, a lot. Decrease quite a bit. So you can actually control the curve as you like. It is so cool. It opens so much possibility with really making sounds much more expressive. I have a really cool video over here. Take a look.